Hello everyone, I'm Yusuf from Techno Study. Today we're going to learn how to create variables and how to print them out in Java. So let's start by learning how to print out a text. So if you want to print out a text in Java, you have to say system out print line and then say whatever you want. I'll say hello world. And then you have to come here and run variables.main method. And then it will say hello world right here. But if you want to create a variable and then print that out, there are types of variables. So variables are like people. There are types of people, and the people have names and they have values. So let's say integer Yusuf equals 100. So now Yusuf has Yusuf variable. Its name is Yusuf, and it's an integer, and it has 100 value in it. If we want to print this out, we will say if you're using IntelliJ, you can just say s out and then click enter, and it will give you the system out print line easily. You will say Yusuf here, and then print this out, and it will give you that 100. You can change the values by saying Yusuf equals 99 without initializing it again. If you change it to 99, now it will give me 99 because I changed the value before printing the 100. And you can see that 100 is gray because it's not being used, so it doesn't matter. If I close this, then it becomes blue because we're going to use the 100 now. We have string next. So what is string? String stores text, and whatever you put inside the double quotes, it will print that out. It will give that value to the string number. Let's say string Techno Study equals, let's say Java. Now Techno Study variable has a value of Java. If we want to print this out, we say s out Techno Study, and then it will print out Java because we gave the Techno Study variable a Java value. Now you can put in a string numbers, but it's not going to see that as number. It's going to see that as text. So if I say 1, 2, 3, if I want to add this to another integer, it's not going to work because Java sees a string as a text, not as a number. If I print this, it's going to say 1, 2, 3. So next we have float and double. So these are basically really close, basically same, but the main difference is float has 7 decimal points after 7 decimal points, and double has 16 decimal points. So these both have the decimal points. So if you want to say float, let's say phone equals 1000.99. So next we have float. So float is a number with decimal points, and double is basically the same with it, but the main difference between these is float has 7 decimal points and double has 16 decimal points. And we're going to be using mostly double because it's easier to write. Let me show you. So if you want to write a float number, you're going to say, let's say float phone equals 1000.99. If you write it like this, it's not going to work. You have to put an F next to it. And if you want to print this out, If you say phone, it's going to give you without the F, as we may see here. And for double, it's easier to write. So let's say double wallet, let's say 100. That's it. If you say it like this, even if you don't put a decimal point right here, and if you want to print this out, it's going to give you with the decimal points. And if you put right here like this, it's going to give you with the decimal points again. So char is basically a character. It's a character in the alphabet. So if you want to give a char value, if you want to create a char variable, we're going to say char, let's say monitor equals, put a single quote and then put A. We always have to use only one letter, and we have to use single quote. If we use double, it's not going to work, because when you come over it, it says required type is char and provided string. Double quotes is always string, and single quotes is char. If you want to print this out, we will say monitor, and we're going to print this out, which will give us the A. Boolean is basically two things, two states, true or false. If we say Boolean watch equals true, system.println, no watch. If we print this out, it's going to give us true. If we make this false, it's going to give us false. So this is basically it. We have 5 variables. So this is basically it. So this is basically it. We have 6 variables right here, and we're going to use mostly 5 of them: integer, string, double, char, and boolean. But float is good to know as well. Thank you for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.